Hey guys, Twelve58 here. Today I'm going to get into another frequently asked questions video, and this was with the live members only audience. So if you want to be present during those live events and maybe contribute to the questions that are being answered, then check out my members channel and support the channel at whatever level you want. You'll be invited to join us weekly. Today we're going to talk about three topics. We're going to focus first on the new legends, Mefkit and Mossmender, and we're going to look at what I think the must-have levels are for each. We're also going to look at Heloise the Hollow, the sales and the price points. What does it say about the bullish sentiment within Splinterlands? And finally, we'll conclude with, if you had a budget of $1,000 today, would you want to buy an amazing card like Heloise, or would you spend it elsewhere, and why? I'm going to get into those topics today, as well as a few small others. So if that sounds interesting, stick around and stay tuned. And if not, just thanks for hanging out. Have an amazing day. God bless. Right now, I'm going to grab 3 comments from 3 recent videos and we'll do a frequently asked question video. Actually, I'm going to grab 2 comments from 2 recent videos, but if there's a comment from one of you guys in the chat, I will grab that as like a third. Let's start here, because I did a video with respect to Mefkit and Mariput, the new Mariput Mossmender, let's say. These are the 2 new legends that are going to be coming out shortly and next week, I think, if I recall correctly. And I think they both look awesome. Let's put them on the screen here. If I could only buy one of them, I would buy Mefkit. I think Mefkit is a very offensive powerhouse. I like the combo of white-blue. And I think this combo is just kind of crazy with the stun and the knockout and the piercing. The Divine Shield is a nice resiliency or counterbalance to its weakness of low hit points. But long story short, I like this card a lot. And I think it's powerful at level 2 with the stun and the knockout. So you get the 50% chance and it's got 1 archery, 3 damage, 1 archery, 3 melee at level 2. I think that is really a key moment. Level 3, of course, you get the Divine Shield, and that's huge. That's really, really significant. But I would argue level 2 is maybe must have. Level 4 is huge because that piercing will turn that 8, because some of the time you're going to get that stun from the archery, and that 4 will become an 8 damage if you have piercing that is a killer. And so I think this card at level 4 is really crazy awesome. I do think it's good at every level, but I think level 2 could be an affordable middle ground must have in my mind. So Mefkit's that offensive powerhouse that I do want probably at level 2. And Mariput Mossmender is that repair, beast. And I think with this, you probably need to get it up to at least level 4. And, you're talking 25 BCX. Man, that double feature at level 8 is crazy. Like, it really is crazy. And I don't put it past the team to say there'll be a new tactic summoner that'll be able to implement tank heal. If there's a tactic summoner from the green or the life team that can implement tank heal or implement triage as a tactics, you could put it on Mariput Mossmender and it will synergize with the Echo, which will double dip on your tank heal. So imagine how crazy it would be for Mariput Mossmender to have tank heal, triage, repair, and cleanse, all of them being echoed. 2 tank heals, 2 triages, 2 repairs, and within the context of, a life team as well, by the way, which often has Void Shield. So Void Shield or not just Void Shield, but Armor Strike. And so there's so many synergies and benefits that I can picture there. And that's assuming maybe there's a tactic summoner that would allow that. But I don't put it past the team to say that I could see that being real. I could see that being already planned. I think they probably already have that one in the chamber. And so they both look great, but you have an offensive monster over here and you have a support monster back here. And I think, you're going to want them at least in that 2 and 4 range. But definitely, if you can get them maxed out, these are going to be crazy cards that will be significant in parts of the meta, in my opinion. So that's what I said in the video recently. And I see Gathering dropping on and saying that Mariput is a must-have with the repair at level 1. As you know, there will be almost no repair cards going forward in the new modern, and the other card is amazing with the combo of the knockout and the stun and the piercing. Both are must-have to me. I agree. I think you pretty much echo what I said. And I definitely, let's just point to that repair again, because you're 100% right. When we go into buy and we look specifically at Rebellion and Soulbound Rebellion, if we search for repair, this is it. You have two options, Rune Sayer Surveya and Anachron Bolter. And from the life team, that's an Anachron Bolter. And where does the repair come in? Bolter gets it at level 6 with 60 BCX. So a low level repair. And what about you? She gets her repair at gold league level. So a low level repair, there is none. You literally, there is none, but this new monster will be it. You can get it at level 1. That matters. That's really, really matters. And so this card, I think every person who's playing this game will want one Mariput Mossbender at bare minimum. And by the way, 2 magic damage for 1 BCX is solid. Like at bronze, that's really solid. And I think the dodge is practically irrelevant. That's weird. Actually, I don't get it. But clearly, all the way up at the top is a gigantic, enormous step forward. Like going from 7 to 8 is so crazy, meaningful. I think they're both designed well. I'll finish by saying that. I think they're, in terms of you'd like this card at level 1, right? Of course you would. Nefket, you'd like it at level 1. Level 2 is so much better. Level 3, yeah, Divine Shield's going to be really helpful. Piercing at level 4. The most underwhelming level is probably the level 3. If I was buying a level 3, I'm definitely buying a level 4. With respect to Mariput, in terms of, you got to have 1. Level 4 makes a lot of sense. And if you're going any higher, if you're going any higher, you might as well. You got to go all the way. So I think level 1, level 4, and level 8 are the touch points with Mariput, Mossbender, and level 2 and level 4 are the touch points with Nefket. Okay, let's grab another comment. Both cards are brilliant. I need them, says Snowballs. Yeah, I hear you, man. This is a longer comment with a thumbs up from RK. Let's see what he says. So I was talking about Heloise the Hollow gold foil price prediction, and I said, among other things in that video, I talked about how I really believe there's probably justification for saying 5 million DC will be paid for the first gold foil on Heloise the Hollow. There's only 5 of them ever. It's a powerful card. It's it's super unique. I think 5 million to 10 million it's so crazy to me. Like my brain's like, who would pay that much? But I think someone will. I think 5 million is more where I'm leaning though. 10 million is like the outside if things get crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if we sold it for 10 million. But maybe not the first one. Maybe the first one actually goes a little cheaper. And by cheaper, I mean 4 or 5 million. Maybe it goes cheaper because people say they're expecting everyone to come out with exuberance. So with respect to the first sale of the regular foil, Heloise the Hollow, what we ended up seeing, in my opinion, was the first one was a little bit, there wasn't as much action as has been consistent since then. And there have been higher prices. And so that's strange to me that the first one sold for the same as or less than some of the others later in the sale. Except when you say to yourself, well, some people thought it's the first one. I'm just going to ignore this one because I'm not going to win it anyways. You end up spooking some people out of the conversation, and that affects the ultimate final sale price. Maybe that will happen with the first gold foil Heloise. If so, 4 million. That's my view. But let's see what RK has to say about it. We have free-to-play mode started. We have an opportunity to build a deck that is competitive in SPS hit Ascent. If I'm going to unleash frustration, I would direct it to myself, for not staying tapped in. It's cool to be salty. I'm praying you take another look at what you're doing and pave a roadmap on how you want to proceed closing out the year. Heloise is not OP, but very fun to build around. We are playing chess, not checkers. I think that comment is speaking to the fact that some of the conversation around Heloise is like, it's a ridiculous thing to buy a card that's that expensive. It's crazy that people are drinking the Kool-Aid. I think FBI said that. I'm gonna see. Look, it's gonna be with respect to Heloise. FBI Alex said it's gonna be It's going to end at much less than $1 million by the end of the sale. If you think otherwise, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. And so some people think that the sale isn't, don't buy the hype. And so I think RK is saying like, man, like things look bullish, quit fooling around. And I think I'm with him. What's this piece he says? It's got a rating system similar to Clash Royale, and I wanted to play 5 years. So he's talking about Splinterlands, I think. And he's talking about how it's like, it's got a bit of a broad appeal that could appeal to a bigger game like Clash Royale. Not making a penny, but sales came to get a league pass. You get free league chests now. Heck, you may even get a lucky and pull a legendary. Talking about Splinterlands rewards. Take it day by day and give credit and kudos to what you're engaged with. Get monthly SPS and vote. Hell, if Soul Keep was done, wouldn't have passed. So that tells me SPS has a backbone. I'm having a hard time tracking that comment, but I can tell a general sense of confidence and bullishness with respect to Splinterlands and where we're at, as well as sort of a defensiveness towards the sale and the excitement around Heloise. It's trying to say that it's not overrated. It's a complex card that's, valuable and meaningful, and we should pay attention. So just a general bullishness from RK. I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to grab one more quick one, and let's grab some little bit of salt from iHorse over here. I'm not very, with respect to iHorse or Heloise, I'm not very happy. More sales, meta ruining promo, and 2 of the play to earn games are down and considering a rug pull. Soul Keep dead, no rewards. Mooncard is broken and cannot race for 2 weeks or more. They don't even care. And that leaves GLS trash game where GLX, the token, has no bottom because players steal. Yeah, so there's a lot in there. General complaint about the other games in the system. I would say with respect to anything other than Splinterlands, we have to understand that longevity is a key selling point with respect to why people are playing Splinterlands. We're excited about Splinterlands. Why? Because it is fun and we do see it as rewarding, but because we believe in its future. And part of how we come to a confidence in its future is because we've seen it survive the past. Bear markets and controversy and layoffs and the overcoming adversity that we've seen already should instill a degree of confidence for today and tomorrow in Splinterlands. And that isn't true for Mooncarts. Mooncarts might be something in 5 years. I don't know. I don't play it. I thought it kind of looked like it sucked. When I first saw it and tried it, I thought it looked like it sucked, and I said so on this channel. And I don't say that to be mean. I just am trying to be honest. I thought it looked not fun. And I'll say in this video, because this will be clipped later, before I started talking about these questions in the frequently asked portion of the video, I was featuring Splinterforge. I was talking about the battle mechanic in here and how I find it boring, but I'm still playing it because I actually want those rewards. And it's survival mode. It doesn't look great, but it's interesting, and I do find it entertaining. And so my point is with bringing that up is that there are games that aren't as beautiful as Splinterlands, but I do have a greater degree of confidence with. Golem Overload is another one where the game mechanic isn't the most satisfying. It's a lot of just like clicking and extracting, but there's a growing, I have some confidence in the future. But then I look at something like Mooncarts and I just said, like, from day one, like, it feels sloppy. It's not cool looking. I don't find it entertaining. And it's the same with the soccer one. Soul Keep's different. I found Soul Keep interesting and fun, but I don't have enough time. And so there's too many conversations in there to tackle in this one response. But I'll just say to iHorus, you gotta, in my opinion, we have to be careful about grabbing onto these things that have only been here for a few days. And we go, this is the next thing. And I'm going to really commit myself, because if this is the next Splinterlands, I'll be doing really well. Well, Splinterlands honestly is really special. It's not just another game, it's special. And so the idea that, and it's like saying with like another crypto, it might be the next Bitcoin. Well, maybe in 10 or 20 years, but you're probably better to just come and dollar cost average into Bitcoin. That's how I feel about Splinterlands. Like that, the metaphor is that Splinterlands is the Bitcoin of blockchain-based video gaming. And so let's stop chasing after the altcoins, in many cases, the crap coins that maybe moon cards might be. Again, I have very little experience with it, and I don't mean to be hurtful to the devs or whatever that were doing it. Respect to these guys. I love that they're here and they're trying to do things. I just thought the gameplay looked underwhelming. And I tried it. I played it and I was like, oh, no, thank you. And I love Mario Kart. I love rock and roll racing. I love those different top-down race games, especially from Nintendo and Super Nintendo and stuff like that. But it looked bad. And so if we're frustrated or surprised by maybe some of those failures, we probably aren't paying attention to the fact that this ecosystem is like a grind. Like most are not going to make it. The same with your favorite cryptos. Most aren't going to make it. If we're looking at some of the like lower end coins, they're probably going to die off. But same with NFT blockchain gaming. And so I say focus on the big players that have proven themselves, that have seen the track record, that have survived bear markets. That puts you down to essentially Splinterlands. And so, I mean, I know you're already in on Splinterlands iHorse, so I appreciate the comment. And I'm sorry if they are. I don't know if they are rugging or anything like that. I cannot attest to that or defend or speak to that. All I can say is, I'm sorry you're feeling that concern. I would just say, they're brand new, and you got to be careful with brand new stuff. I am playing Splinter Forge. I am playing Golem Overlord. I was playing Immortal Creed. But I am super hesitant to go in deep. Like I put a little bit in there and we'll just see where that goes. That's the approach for me anyways. Now, guys, I'm going to check the comments from this live with the members. And if you guys have something you want me to respond to, I'm happy to. If otherwise, I'll just grab another one from the chat. Gathering says, I think a lot of people will be surprised by the hardcore mode. I think it will be a winner. I think a new rare promo card is a must-have even at level 1. You think the new rare promo card, meaning Mariput, Mossmender, even at level 1, the repair is sorely needed in the new modern. You're 100% right. Level 1, I think every account will need one Mariput Mossmender, bare minimum. By the way, 2 magic damage at level 1 is crazy. And then question. Gathering says, which would you spend $1,000 on, the auction card or Rebellion Conclave Arcana? Which would help you more long-term? Great way to finish off the conversation. Gathering, thank you, brother. Okay, so we'll leave that comment on the screen. I'll get my head around that one. I need to kind of think about that for a beat here. So, $1,000. I mean, my initial response is there's no way I'm buying it. I'm spending $1,000 on this guy here. Like Heloise the Hollow is legit. It's significant. It's a winner. It's scarce and it's probably worth every penny. But here's the thing. I don't want to buy things that are worth it. I want to buy things that are worth more. So like there's actually, it's important to understand, we've said this so many times and you guys know it because you've been with the channel for a while. Everything has a price, but then what is the value of that thing? It's not the same thing. The value is not the price. The value is the price is what you pay, but the value is what you get. I think Heloise the Hollow is worth $1,000. So the value is something like that for a regular foil. It's something in that ballpark. Maybe you might say $2,000. Maybe you might say $800. I don't think it's worth the value, the intrinsic value and usefulness and utility and its scarcity, etc., is worth it roughly $1,000 in my opinion. But I also think that is what I'm paying for. It means I'm not getting a deal. And I also know that there's assets in Splinterlands and other places in the world. It doesn't just have to be Splinterlands, but for me, this is my main investment. This is my main, thing I'm attached to, even beyond any other crypto. And so I don't want to buy things that are worth it. I want to buy things that are worth more. I want to look into the marketplace and find cards that are like I did recently. And we're looking at those summoners from Rebellion. and we're like, what? These summoners are cheaper to buy gold foil? Like, look at this. If I go and I buy, if I want a level 20, right there, there's a $70 for a level 20, or sorry, for a level 8. What's the regular foil? It's probably more now. Let's see, level 8, we need 220 BCX, bulk buy, 220. Look, $60. $60 for a level 8 or $70 for a gold foil level 8. My first point is that the gold foil is undervalued. My second point is that gold foil was cheaper a week ago than the regular foil, which makes 0 sense, right? 0 cents. The gold foil, which gives you a 10% bonus on your returns in the game of Splinterlands, is selling for cheaper than the regular foil. The gold foil that allows you to play in gold foil tournaments and gold foil frays, which unlock more SPS and more in-game rewards, is cheaper than the regular foil. That makes 0 sense. And so that is an example, which, by the way, still exists, because even though it's not cheaper, it's I can't do the math in my head, but $70 for a level 8 versus $60 for a level 8, that margin of difference is insubstantial and is atypical. If you want, again, I've showed this a few times, but you can look at the peak monsters, compare gold versus regular, and as you look at this on summoners, the differential that's common is 5. Like, we're talking, the differential there is ridiculous. Actually, why is it not even lower? Like, where is it? I'm going to find that card right now. Rebellion. Brewmaster. This is confusing to me. Oh, I see. See, it's saying that 1 BCX of Brewmaster on reg foil is 25 cents, and that's 318 DC. Or if you want 1 gold foil, you're looking at 4,100 DC. So this differential ends up being like skewed in some sense, because 1 BCX is not actually like an important consideration. It's actually more like, well, recognize that 1 gold foil is a level 3 card, and you need, I think, 15 BCX or 25 BCX to get a level 1 card in a common. So, but the differentials that I'm pointing to are insubstantial. And if you analyze it in the way I'm describing, where you look at gold foils, like an equal gold foil, a level 3 Risk Draft gold foil to a level 3 common foil Risk Draft, you're going to see that the gold foils are always more. They're always more. And 5 times as much is common. You know, sometimes crazy numbers, 20 times, 50 times as much in older cards. And so that points me to what I said, that I don't want to buy things that are valued accurately, that are priced according to their value. I want to buy things that are priced without any real comprehension of its value. And that's not Heloise the Hollow. Although this card's amazing, although I would like it, although it's powerful and it will be in the modern for a while, and I think it's got great utility, and there's so many reasons why this card's special and cool and exciting, there's so many things that people are sleeping on that are more meaningful. And so if I had $1,000, it definitely would not be spent on Heloise the Hollow. It would almost certainly be spent on Rebellion packs. I think the Rebellion pack or SPS. And those are the 2 things I'm most interested in right now. If we go, what are the packs going for? Pack value. I think the Rebellion packs are less than their sale price. See, you're getting according to this calculator, you're getting like $3.20 worth of assets for a $4 pack. Packs are less than $4 if you come into the market, but they're not much less. $3.50. So if we went back and we go, let's price it for $3.50, and many of us have potions. We have free potions. Calculate, and that's gonna make us pretty close to par. Like, we pay $3.25 for the pack, or we pay $3.50 for the pack, but then there's an expected valuation of $3.25. That right there, if I had $1,000, would justify me to buy $1,000 worth of Rebellion packs. What would that get you? Is that 300 packs? Divided by 285 packs. Oh, we're way off there. Yeah. So 285, 300 packs of Rebellion. And is there enough market on that? Let's see. Yeah, there's... Okay, well, you could buy 50 anyways right there. I would buy those today. I would buy those 50 right now. And I might go, I might even buy, another 50 or so. Like, it looks like I'd probably buy in the neighborhood of 100 Rebellion packs. And then you also can come in and check on the different marketplace, Hive Engine, which you're going to have access to different sales. And, I'd probably buy 100 Rebellion packs in the $400 range. And I would probably buy $500 worth of SPS today, like a friggin' sap. That's 50,000 SPS. And I'd come in and I'd buy a few key cards from the marketplace, because there are definitely cards that are here that are people are sleeping on that are meaningful. And I would love to go shopping for some alphas and betas. Sometimes those cards are being slept on, but I would be leaning towards some of the modern, talent. And as we said with Gathering in a recent video, you can analyze right now some of the gaps that are coming from your own deck. If you play in Modern and you like playing at Diamond, you're going to need a strong deck once Chaos moves away, not just right now while it's present. And if Chaos is going to move away, certain assets, synergies, and abilities are going to disappear. Are you relying on Chaos Legion Summoners? If you are, time to rethink that, because you're either moving to Wild or you're buying some Rebellion Summoners ASAP. Now, you could wait and you could buy the Conclave Arcana, but I think, and you probably agree, most people would, I think, that in the next 30 to 90 days, we're going to see increased growth in the tokenomics of Splinterlands, because we already have seen an upward trend in that. Add to that the broader crypto market doing as well as it is. I think we see more liquidity sloshing around in our space. And finally, if everyone waits to buy summoners that they need from Rebellion to sustain a high level performance in Modern, if they wait until Chaos moves away, that will be a choke point moment where 20 people are trying to come through a small door. And Gathering and I have repeatedly pointed you to the fact that there is no supply on these things, man. On one of the cheapest summoners in the Rebellion, I just showed you $60 to get a max or level 8 Brewmaster. Look at this. There is enough BCX here for 2 people to have a max copy. 2. And that is accurate and true for all of these things. Okay, there's probably enough for 3 on the Dolfar. Zedica, there's enough for maybe 3. So we're good for another 5 to 10 players playing this game right now. That's it. If 5 people signed up today and spent $1,000 on assets preparing themselves to be successful in Modern, they would destroy this market. And that needs to be thought through by each of us today. So that would be how I'd finish out my, $100 or $200. I would open my 100 Rebellion packs. I would see what I got. I would sell certain, if I had some key moment, like if I had got a gold foil tofu from that pull, I would sell that. And I would buy a max tofu reg foil. And that sort of approach would be used to try and flip my way into a broader Rebellion set, as well as selectively purchasing key Rebellion cards that I know I'm going to want, thinking through what Chaos Legion pieces I'm going to lose in Modern and how I could fill those gaps with cards that are affordable today. And that's how I would, with $1,000 today, get greater value than $1,000, because I would be looking at the bigger picture of not what is the price, not just what is the price, but actually what is the value, and thinking not just for today but across the next 2 years. And that would be what I would do. 100 Rebellion packs, a $400 or $500 worth of SPS, and $100 or $200 spent on some select cards, preparing myself for Modern success in Rebellion in Modern League moving forward. Thanks, Gathering, and thanks, everybody. Okay, guys, it's been an hour and a half already, and I'm going to get some lunch. But thank you so much for coming to hang out. Thank you for supporting the channel.